Hello everyone, welcome to my YouTube class on C programming. In this video we are going to talk about the ELSEF ladder. We will see when to use the ELSEF ladder, what is the necessity of ELSEF ladder, then we will see the syntax and working of the ELSEF ladder in this video. Now we already know why we use the condition. When we use the condition, whenever there are some conditional statements in the program, like we want to check if a number is greater than 0 or if a number is less than 0, we would prefer a condition over there. We want to find if a person is eligible to vote or not. That means we want to check whether the age is greater than or equal to 18 or it is less than 18. That is the condition involved. Now, as of now, we have seen three conditions. The first condition that we have seen is the if condition. Now, what is this if condition? Whenever we have only one condition to be checked and we want to say that only what if the condition is true to be done. We are not bothered what to be done if the condition is false. Then we take the path of if condition, and we are already seen what is the syntax of if statement. It is if condition, and here we write body of if. Here we write body of if. Okay. Now the second kind of conditional statement that we have seen is if else. Now what is a if else? Now this if else statement says what to be done if the condition is true and what to be done if the condition is false. That means it is a kind of two-way selection statement. Why it is a two-way selection? Because it says what to be done if the condition is true, and it also talks about what to be done if the condition is false. That means, now focus one thing over here with respect to the syntax of else, if else. Now this is body of if. Now else, it is body of else. Now, how many conditions we have over here? We have only one condition in both the cases. That means in if and if else, we work with only one condition and determine what to be done if the condition is true, and in this case, if the condition is false. Now, there might be some situations where we might have more than one conditions. Say for example, in the last video, we have seen about how do we find the grade obtained by the student given marks. The link of that video will be posted on the description section. Please watch that. Now, in that there are a student in a given subject can get only one grade. Now there is S grade, A grade, B grade, C grade, D grade, E grade, F grade. Now that means there are 7 grades. Out of 7 grades, the student can get only one grade. Now please observe over here that it works on only one condition. Then how do we solve that problem? The one of the thing is we can use the nested if else, and I have talked about nested if else in the previous case. Now the other thing is we can use the ELSEF ladder. Now when we can use the ELSEF ladder, if there are more than one conditions and you have to select only one condition, or among those n conditions, if only one condition is true, we prefer ELSEF ladder. Okay, that means we might have many conditions. I can say condition 1, condition 2, condition 3, and so on up to condition n. There might be n number of condition, and among those n number of condition, only one condition will be true. Any one condition might be true, or among those n conditions, you want to select only one condition. Either one condition will be true, or none of the conditions can be true, or you want to select only one condition. At such a point of time, we prefer ELSEF ladder. Now the question is, when we prefer ELSEF ladder, if there are more than one conditions, right? If there are n number of conditions and we want to select one condition out of n conditions, or if one condition is true among the n condition, either you want to select or it can be true, you prefer ELSEF ladder over here. That's the necessity of the ELSEF ladder. Now, next, let us see what is the syntax of ELSEF ladder and how does the ELSEF ladder works. What is the syntax of ELSEF ladder? Let's see on that. Now first we write if, then we write condition 1, then we write the body of if. Now this is an else if. There is a space between else and if. This is else if, condition 2, body of else if 2. Else if, condition 3, body of else if 3, and so on up to condition n, else if condition n, and body of else if n. At last we have else. Note one thing, that there is no condition for else, and this is body of else, and then we have the next set of statements. Now what are the points that we can observe over here? There can be n number of conditions. Now what is n? N can be anything greater than 1. N can be anything that is greater than 1. Right, out of those n conditions, only one condition will be selected, or only one condition will be evaluated. Right, now you might ask, sir, what happens if all the conditions fail? If all the conditions fail, then the body of else gets executed. Then the body of else gets executed. Now notice one thing, that the else block is optional. You may write else block or you may not write else block. This is the syntax of the else if ladder. Now let us talk on the working of the else if ladder. How does the else if ladder works? First, the condition 1 gets evaluated. Evaluated means it gets checked. Now whenever condition 1 gets evaluated, there are two possibilities. Either the condition 1 is true or the condition 1 is false. If the condition 1 happens to be true, then the body of if 1 gets executed. And after the body of if 1 gets executed, control directly comes out of the else if ladder and it executes the next set of statements. When does it happen? If the condition 1 is true. Now it might so happen that the condition 1 evaluates to false. Now when the condition 1 evaluates to false, that time it will check condition 2. That time it will check condition 2. Now again, when we check condition 2, there are two possibilities. Either the condition 2 is true or the condition 2 is false. If the condition 2 happens to be true, then the body of else if 2 gets evaluated and the control directly comes out of else if ladder. Now when I say the control directly comes out of else if ladder, it means the next conditions won't be evaluated. If the condition 2 happens to be false, then what will happen? Then the condition 3 will be evaluated. Now this is what the true path is, this is what the true path is, and this is what the false path is. Then the condition 3 will be evaluated. Again, for condition 2, there are two possibilities. Either it is true or it is false. If the condition 3 happens to be true, then the body of else if 3 will be evaluated and control comes out of the else if ladder. And if condition 3 happens to be false, then it goes for condition 4, condition 5 and so on up to condition n. Now say me one thing, when does the condition n will be evaluated? It will be evaluated if the condition n minus 1 is false. I write here, condition n will be evaluated. Condition n will be evaluated only if condition n minus 1 is false. Only if condition n minus 1 is false. Right, now it evaluates. Now again, if the condition n happens to be true, then it executes the body of else if and it directly comes out of the else if ladder. Now it may so happen that condition n also turns out to be false, then it will evaluate the body of else if you have written, and if you have not written body of else, that also won't get executed, and after the body of else, the next set of statements will be executed. Is that okay? Now let's write this working whatever we have seen in the form of a flow chart. Let us see the working of else if ladder in the form of the flow chart. How does it work? See over here, we know that first the condition 1 gets evaluated. Now this is condition 1. There are two possibilities of condition 1. Either it is true or it is false. Therefore, let's take the two paths. Let me call over here. Right, let's write the two paths. The first path is for, let's take the false path, and the other path that we will take is the true path. Now if condition 1 happens to be true, what will happen? The body of if 1 gets executed. That is what I write over here. body of if one, and after the body of if one gets executed, it directly comes and executes the next set of statements. That means it comes out of the else if ladder and it executes next set of statements. Fair enough. This is what happens if it is true. What will happen if condition 1 is false? Then it should evaluate the condition 2. That is what I write over here. Now this is for condition 2. Now when we evaluate condition 2, again there are true possibilities. Either it is true or it is false. Let's take the true block over here. Now this is for the true block and this is for the false block. Now if it assume that the condition 2 is true, then the body of else if 2 gets evaluated. That is what I write over here. Body of else if 2. Body of else if 2, and it directly evaluates the next set of statements. It directly evaluates the next set of statements. If condition 2 is false, then it should evaluate the condition 3. Now this is what I write over here. Now this is for condition 3. Now again for condition 3 there are two possibilities, either it is true or it is false. Now let's take the true block. If condition 3 is true, now we will say body of else if 3 and the control directly comes and executes the next set of statements. Now what if the condition 3 is false? Then it will evaluate the condition 4, condition 5 and so on up to condition n. Therefore I just write dot 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 and here I say condition n. Now again for condition n there are two possibilities, either it is true or it is false. Now let us assume that it is true, then it will evaluate the body of else if n, body of else if n, and it executes the next set of statements. And if condition n happens to be false, then it will evaluate the body of else if you have written. That is what I will write over here. If it is false, then it is body of else, and it directly evaluates the next set of statement. This is how the flow chart of the else if ladder looks. Thank you friends for watching this video. If you have liked this video, please hit the like button, subscribe to my channel and share the channel among your friends. Thank you very much once again for watching this.